Um, I think you guys can hear me fine. I hope so. If not, I'm sorry, but today was a pretty productive day. I'm currently prepping two different apps for App Store launch at the same time, um, and beta testing at the same time. So I spent all day the last 2 days working on Tote. And then most of my day today was spent working on a different app, which I'll talk about soon because we're launching in about a week, and then it's like go time. But I'm really excited about that one too. They're both completely different app ideas, but I think they both could be pretty big, which I'm very excited about because I've been working on this for a few weeks, which is a lot less time than I would have thought it would be. But um, this is the first time genuinely ever that I've started a hustle or business and like actually like believed that it's going to work and that I'm going to make money off of it. Like all the other ones, it kind of felt like I was just kind of finding an excuse or playing or avoiding. Or like I like genuinely feel like this time this is it. Like this is the thing that's going to make me money. It may not be millions, but I'm going. This is going to happen, which I'm very excited for. But I guess the last 2 days, because I'm assuming YouTube recommends this to people who are either in business or developers because that's what most of the transcripts are about. So the last 2 to 3 days since I'm prepping for App Store submission have been very focused on the legal side of things. So privacy policies, terms of service, making sure that all the loose ends are tied up. So App Store screenshots, making sure that there's no crashes, making sure that you can sign in all right and there's no major issues. Honestly, the boring stuff, but it's almost gives me a sense of peace doing this because I get to do the boring stuff because it's like done. Like I'm ready. So now I'm literally just wrapping the present and I'm done. Of course, there's going to be continued development, but what I mean is like I will actually be able to see results for the work that I've put in, and that's very exciting to me. So yeah, been focusing a lot on like making sure I'm meeting all of Apple's requirements, making sure I'm not going to get sued by anybody for any random reason, handling the legal stuff. The business I filed got rejected because it's a duplicate name, because the state of Florida does not differentiate between incorporated and LLC, even though they're technically different entities, but it's okay. So we're going to have to file with a different name. I got to open a bank account with that business by April 15th for taxes so that I can transfer all of my payment systems over to that new bank account so I can shut down my old business so then I don't have to pay the renewal fees this year. Yeah. Otherwise, wrapped up classes today. I honestly have not been a good student in the slightest. I have been working while I'm in class because this stuff is just so much more interesting to me, which is good and bad. I should be focusing on school, but this is like, it's happening. Also, I got an electric guitar today. It was on sale and I got it and it's really cool. But yeah, so I've had an acoustic guitar for a few years and I just got an electric one and it was a package deal, so it came with the amp and everything. So I was screwing around with that, but I feel good about where I am right now, which where I want to be is in my bed asleep, and I'll get to that shortly. But yeah, it was a good day. Learning a lot, doing the boring stuff, but I'm starting to understand the more nuanced part of the app development, such as the transferring of the actual app over to other people. So in the case that after these two apps or during these two apps by free time, I am developing for other people, I now have learned how to transfer over the code to a different account. So I have the ability, because for the other app I had to do that. So now I have the ability for somebody else makes an Apple developer account and I sign into my computer with or they give me admin access to their Apple developer account, then I can upload the app that's on my computer to their account, submit it to the App Store, and then transfer the code over to them. And so that's really nice. The only thing that I'm really wondering about, and if anybody has any idea, I'm sure I could figure it out in 10 minutes if I actually put some time into it, but I see a lot of really nice animations on iOS app, like not like swipe gesture animations, but like when you're on onboarding and you're answering the questions, it'll like have a mouse clicker, like it'll be scrolling on the screen, like somebody's actually using the app. But like cool animations. I have no idea how to make those, and I know that you use like Adobe Motion. No, there's like a bunch of animation programs. Adobe has one. I forgot what it's called, but you make motion graphics. But I really would like to know if there's an AI model I can use out there that is really good at making animations like that. So if I feed it like a cool photo or a picture and I say to animate it, if it'll make me a cool animation. Because I can convert the MP4 to a Lottie file, which is an animation file, and then put that in the app. But that is the next thing I want to start looking into for the UI, is like cool animations to make it a little bit more sleek. But otherwise, we're wrapping things up. I added post hog analytics today to the app to Tote. So basically the way that post hog works is it embeds code in your app so that every time a user does something, it tracks it to the database with that user ID. So for example, every time a user adds a new item to the grocery list, I track that in a database and it visualizes the data for me. Which the user tapping off an item doesn't really matter, but more so what does matter is I can basically measure where they drop off on onboarding. So say the third page in onboarding, most users shut the app. Something is boring about that page, so either remove that page or make it better, and then hopefully the rate will go up. And what's really cool is if you mark enough stuff with this, which I did, you basically can have the full idea of every single action user takes. Every time they tap anything at all, I'm logging it. And what's really neat about this is PostHog recently released their own PostHog AI, and it can access all of this data. And I think it runs on Claude, to be honest. I'm pretty sure everything does at this point. But it can go through all of your data and find statistical correlations. And so I saw a really cool video of this dude the other day who had it in his app. And he basically just prompted it and was like, hey, you have all of my analytical data. Can you please find what features in the app or what things that I can improve that have been proven to have a direct correlation between week one retention, which week one retention is basically just after a user installs the app, what percentage of users are still using it after 7 days. And his week one retention was like 11%. So around 1 in 10 people were still using the app a week after they downloaded it, which is pretty bad. Definitely better than any of my apps because I don't even have an app, but it's pretty bad for like the standard of things. And he asked the AI this, and it said users who use the dictation feature or something. That might not have been what it actually was, but that's an example. That used the dictation feature to write things instead of manually typing them were 3 times more likely to come back after a week, which is like, what? Like that, it can draw those correlations. And so what he did is he moved that feature to be one of the prevalent features on the app. So instead of hiding it behind like a menu, he put it like right there. And so everybody started using it because people just didn't know it existed. And so when they knew it existed, then they would use it. And his week one retention, I believe, went from, I think it was like either 11 or like 13%. It was around that, like low teens-ish, up to the low 20s. So it just about doubled the week one retention on the entire app. So imagine you have an app that has, I don't know, 100 new downloads a day. After a week, you only have 10 of those people actually using the app. Well, he literally made one single change to the UI. Instead of 10 people, he had 20 people. He literally doubled the amount of people that are using his app after they download it, which means that assuming all other variables stayed the same, he has officially doubled his revenue, assuming that of like those users continue on the path of all others. So 10 people download the app, instead of 1 stay, 2 stay, meaning double the revenue. So he pretty much doubled his income from changing that one single thing from the analytics. And so all that rant to say that I integrated this into both of the apps today, and got really in depth with Tote, with like churn metrics and LTV, average revenue per user per month, lifetime gross profit per user, like random metrics to measure to see like the profitability. Also started looking into UGC, so I got to find a platform where I can pay people to make content on socials and then pay them for the views. So there's this thing called WAP. Some of you might have heard of it, but like a lot of people do like clipping. So they pay people to clip. So for every 1,000 views you get on a clip of this podcast, you get paid $5. I want to do something like that and find some platform that does it, except it's UGC. So it's somebody user generated content. So somebody makes like a TikTok video like, oh guys, I found this new app, and then I pay them like $10 for every 1,000 views they get, with the idea in mind, hopefully, that if my lifetime value per user, per paying user versus per individual user, I used to use per user as a better metric, but if my lifetime value per user is like 78 cents or something, assuming this is per user, so like if 8 out of 10 people aren't paying, those 2 people are holding all the weight. But average, say I get 79 cents per user, well, and then I pay this person $10, and they get me $10 per 1,000 views, and of those 1,000 views they get me 10 new users. Well, that's $7.90. I paid them $10. I'm losing money. Bad business decision. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't have the metrics. But where it gets more fun is I'm paying them $10 per 1,000 views, and per those 1,000 views, they average 20 people, 20 new users from that TikTok or Instagram or YouTube video that they made. Then that's generating me upwards of $15 in lifetime value, and so I just paid $10 to get $15. That's arbitrage. So then I pay them $100,000 and I make $150,000 and I just net 50. And so that's how apps scale, is they have this ratio of payments, and usually it's not uniform. So if I pay $50,000, I probably am not going to get $75,000 back. That's probably not how it's going to go, because at scale things tend to like diminish and whatever. But honestly, a lot of the costs required to make these AI apps are like fixed costs, like $100 a month for Claude. And so the more users that I have, the more I can distribute these costs per user. So like if I have 10 users and I'm paying $100 a month, that effectively costs me $10 a month per user to maintain. Versus if I have 100,000 users and I'm paying $100 a month, it costs me a fraction of that, a couple cents per user per month, right? And so my costs are going to go down as the users go up because I have fixed costs, they're not variable. So I don't have costs per user, I have total costs. The only thing is for Tote, I will have per user costs, which is going to be the AI costs required to estimate the grocery items, which right now I think we're sitting at 20 to 25 cents a month per person, charging $2.99. So the margins on that are perfect. Great for me. But Apple takes 15%, which is a kick in the nuts. But yeah, I'm excited on the road we're on. Tomorrow, I told myself that when I get up, I'm going to sit down, work on Tote for an hour or two, and submit it for beta testing. So all goes well. Tomorrow's daily update, I should be telling you guys that I have uploaded Tote for external beta testing on Apple, and then in the next day or two, it usually takes them 48 hours, except it's the weekend, so they all, go home like human beings. So it'll probably take closer to 4 days instead of 2 because they skip this weekend. So on Monday or Tuesday of next week, I should have a live beta app that is open for testing for anybody with the link, and I will put the link in the description of the video for all of you guys to download the app and test it. And then I can actually start getting feedback from you guys, which is really, really cool. You will have to download the Test Flight app, and you will also have to have an iPhone. And it's very simple. You download Test Flight in the App Store as if it's an iOS app that you're buying, and then you sign into your iCloud account. You click the link that I post in the description, and that's it. You download the app. That's it. It's just an invite link. Think of it as like a referral link, as it just tags you. And if you don't have the Test Flight app downloaded, no problem, because as soon as you tap the link, it'll be like, you don't have Test Flight downloaded, and it'll take you to the App Store, and it'll ask you to download it, and then you download it, and you're good. So super simple. It'll take like 20 seconds. Would really appreciate that, and that'll be really hype. But crazy progress. I'm about to launch my first iOS app, and actually I'm going to do 2 in like a week span, which is kind of wild. But Yeah, that's it. Long-winded. I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I gotta go. I just ate a whole like avocado brownie that I made. Dude, you got it. You have got this recipe. It's an avocado, 1 egg, quarter cup of cocoa powder, quarter cup of maple syrup, and a tablespoon of coconut oil and some cinnamon and salt. Mash that up, put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then freeze it. Oh my God. Oh, and drizzle some honey on top. Oh my God. All that I said, by the way, I just ate it in one sitting. It's like a nice little brownie. 650 calories. All right. 20 grams of protein. All right. 70 grams of carbs and like 50 grams of fat. Wild. Absolutely wild. Those macros are probably wrong. They probably don't add up. But seriously, it was like 650 calories for just that. And it was the best brownie I've had in my life. But now I got to go to the bathroom. So, yeah. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Wish me luck with the beta testing and Apple approval. You never know. Maybe I get lucky. I submit it tomorrow morning and Apple is not sitting on their asses. They approve it by the afternoon, and then tomorrow's update is a beta testing launch, which would be really lit. But I'll talk to you guys later.